Hey guys, welcome back into the Stokastic YouTube channel. My name is Geoff Ulrich, and in this video, we're going to be talking a little no-outs advantage for the Sunday night football game for Week 16. We got the Arizona Cardinals hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What a matchup. Can't wait to watch Trace McSorley here in action. What else would you want to do on Christmas Day? Again, we do have the Bucs here, over touchdown favorite. Obviously, the Cardinals here with their third-string quarterback. Going to be a lot of interesting props to target. And if you're new to No-outs advantage, we're going to be talking about their pick'em contest in this video. So big contest here, lots of guaranteed money, 10K guaranteed up there, 5K to first for Sunday Night Football tonight. So lots to play for on No-outs advantage. As always, they are always bringing the heat here for these primetime contests. And guys, if you're new to if you haven't checked out the site, there's often overlay in a lot of these contests. So recommend checking it out now. And you can do that by using promo code Stokastic to sign up for the site. Promo code Stokastic will give you a $100 deposit match bonus right off the top. Again, promo code Stokastic, when you're signing up, you deposit $100. They match it up to $100. I would recommend checking that out right away. There's always overlay up. There's a lot of big holiday contests coming up, NBA, NFL. So now is a great time to check out the site. And again, a couple different ways to play on No-outs advantage. There's also their versus the house contest where you just create your own parlay style tickets. So we're going to be talking about the pick'em contest here, which is more of a DFS style thing. We're going to take props, put them in our lineup, assign different values to them, and then we're going to put that lineup in a field against other players. So it's really simple. It's really fun. Recommend checking it out. Like I said, promo code Stokastic there to get you started. Also have free projections over on stokastic.com that you can check out after this video. Do me one favor right now. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the Stokastic YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. Let's get into these picks because I think there's a couple different edges here that we can work with this game. Obviously have Trace McSorley here, a third-string quarterback. It should affect the yardage totals for the Arizona Cardinals wide receivers. I'm not too worried about DeAndre Hopkins. He's probably going to get about 15 targets in this game, but a guy like Marquise Brown, I worry about. Now, Marquise Brown is listed as questionable. You do not want to play him if he sits out in this game. You'll get a 0. It won't help your lineup. But if he does play, he's got a 50.5 receiving yardage prop on No-outs advantage, and we really like the under here on this one. I like the under as well. Marquise Brown, he's just had a rough year. He's been changing quarterbacks. He's really not the most reliable receiver either. He pops up every now and then with a big play. He gets people excited. Sometimes he gets 10 targets, but it's not sustainable. And it's definitely not going to be sustainable with Trace McSorley. You've also got a Buccaneers defense here who, again, they've been beaten by some pretty good teams of late, but they're still a pretty solid unit, especially in the secondary. So I don't really see Marquise Brown getting loose in this game. And at 50.5 receiving yards, I think that's just too big. Their projections on Stokastic definitely agree with me. Again, expect DeAndre Hopkins to really be the main usage guy here. You've also got a couple other receivers mixed in. Robbie Anderson is still somehow a thing getting worked in on 3 wide receiver sets. They got a tight end now, Trey McBride. Connor's probably going to see 1 million targets. I don't think Marquise Brown gets there. Under 50.5 receiving yards. Let's do that. And I mentioned James Conner, and that's going to be our second target here. But he's got a 70.5 rushing yardage prop in this game. And I love the under in this one, quite frankly. I like it just as much as Marquise Brown's under. The Tampa Bay Bucs, maybe their rush defense isn't what it's been in past years, but it's still a pretty solid defensive line. And they're going to be stacking the box here, just asking for Trace McSorley to beat them downfield here. So James Conner, really tough spot here. We know Conner is not a chunk yardage guy. He's going to need that offensive line to open holes for him. To get those yardage, he's going to need volume. And if the Bucs score early here, Connor's volume is going to dry up really quick. 70.5 is a massive total here. I don't even know how popular the under is going to be because I feel like people are going to be expecting James Conner to get a bunch of carries, but I don't think it's a good matchup. And I'm just not a huge fan of James Conner when he gets these big yardage props. I think it's an easy fade. 70.5 under rush yards. Give me that for James Conner. I think that's a strong one to take. Let's go to the other side of this ball, though, of this game, I should say. And, the ball is going to be handed to a couple different running backs on Tampa Bay. So, Leonard Fournette now basically sharing time with Rachaad White in the backfield. White has been mixed in both as a receiver, but he's kind of been almost seeing more usage as an early down runner here. But I think that the two are just going to cancel each other out. And I also think you look at the Arizona defense, it's very attackable through the air. They do not have a deep secondary. They have like one good corner. Everyone else kind of just way down there in terms of performance. So I think what you're going to see is White and Fournette kind of eating themselves alive here, just not really performing Rachaad White under 46.5 rush yards. I think if White does have a good day, probably going to come through the air as a receiver. And I kind of think the same thing for Fournette. But Fournette's prop a little bit smaller. White's at 46.5, I think more attackable. Let's go under that. Again, do have a little bit of respect here for the Arizona Cardinals defensive line. They're not bad against the rush, but boy, they could get burned here against the pass. And that's going to flow right into our final prop here, guys, because I'm going to go under Rachaad White, 46.5 rush yards. We're also going to go over Chris Godwin, 66.5 receiving yards. Really like this one. Chris Godwin projecting with one of the biggest team target shares over the last few weeks. He's getting the most targets on this team. He's going to be working out of the slot a little bit. Again, Mike Evans drawing some main coverage there on the outside. I think Chris Godwin's going to get loose in this game. 66.5 receiving yards. Would not shock me if he broke a big, like a 40-yard touchdown or something here. He should just get there on volume alone, realistically. Tampa still loves to throw the ball. You know Brady wants to air it out a little bit, and he's going to be able to do this. Tom Brady knows he's going up against a weak secondary here. He's going to know that Godwin's going to be open. He's going to be looking for him over the middle, those long 20-yard pass plays. I think Godwin gets there pretty easily, to be honest. If something weird happens, like Trace McSorley is so bad, and he throws a couple pick sixes, maybe that wrecks are over, but I think Chris Godwin gets there on volume, 66.5. Let's go over that receiving yards for Godwin and make that our final prop. So again, we're talking the pick'em contest here. There's a little bit of strategy involved, but I definitely like pounding the unders on the Arizona Cardinals side. Marquise Brown under 50.5 receiving yards. Just a reminder, he's questionable. Don't play him if he's out. James Conner under 70.5 rushing yards as well. Would really expect DeAndre Hopkins to get a lot of volume. So maybe that's a player you go over on. But then on the Tampa side, I like going under on the running backs, specifically on White, under 46.5 rush yards. And then Chris Godwin, we're going to take the over there, 66.5 receiving yards. So there's going to be other props we're targeting here. Again, free projections over on Stokastic.com for No House Advantage is a big 10K guaranteed, 5K to first contest up on No House Advantage for the Sunday night slate. You can use promo code Stokastic, guys, to get yourselves a $100 free deposit match bonus on No House Advantage. Recommend checking that out as soon as possible. So that's going to be our picks there for Christmas Day here, guys. Smash that like button, subscribe to the Stokastic YouTube channel if you haven't done that already, and most importantly, have yourselves a great night of football. My name is Geoff Ulrich. We'll talk to you again soon.